YouTube, what up? Welcome back to channel Adrian TV, and y'all know me as Adrian. But before we get into today's video, y'all know what y'all need to do. Subscribe to the channel, like and comment on the videos. Also follow me on Rumble where I post. And if you see anything you want me to react to, sports, the dynamics between men and women, a fan duel question, or an Ask Adrian question about your own personal life, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can hit me up on one of my social media platforms. They'll be pinned in the description. Now, first and foremost, before we even get into this video, I finally hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. I'll be doing a celebration episode probably either Monday or Tuesday. But with this title, before I even start the video, men and women, a few things. Number one, actually listen before you react. And then number two, the most important thing, don't use exceptions to make the rule, because I already know some people are gonna be like, I know someone like this, I know someone like that, well, I may not be like that. We're going with the majority. Everything we always follow in life, we go by the majority. I don't understand why grown adults, I can understand if you're young because maybe you may not be fully developed yet, but old grown folks, old heads, adults, I never understood why they use exceptions to make the rule. So if that's how you think, you may want to be, honestly, you may want to click off this video. You may not have the mental capacity to even understand this. So with that being said, this video is about a woman talking about how it's hard for her to follow a man's lead when she makes more than him. And honestly, I do understand why a lot of women do feel this way, because I think it goes with our biology, our own nature. So let me play this video, give you a few points about it, because she's talking to a few men on this podcast, but in my personal opinion, they're both right, but they're talking about two different things. So let's watch the video and I'll give you my thoughts about it and we'll go over some comments.
I was trying to tell him yesterday, I was like, we should talk about this. Like, I'm a strong female, right? It's hard for me to deal with men. First of all, because I have money, you know what I mean? So it's like, a lot of men don't want to deal with women who have like their own money, because either they want some of it or they're, we don't like cooperate how a girl with no money cooperates. You know what I'm saying? We have
That's in your mind though.
what?
You gotta run to the right
That's in
guy.
your mind.
So like,
guys like that.
yeah, I love it. I love a girl have way more money than me. Hey, any woman out there got more money than me, holla at me. I want to meet you. You know what I'm saying? Shit, but it's still gonna be my rules though. Because in the day,
That's not a work.
Yeah, it always works. I've had plenty women that have more money than me.
And it's
They
your
did whatever I
rules.
want them to do.
No.
I had plenty women have more than me, more all that,
How's
and they
that
still
gonna
abide
work?
by my rules because I'm slinging that Thor hammer.
No.
And she gonna want that. She
No.
want to hear this talking, this laughter, and this understanding.
Look.
She gonna abide by the rules around this
Listen,
motherfucker. I don't give a fuck.
If
She
I
got
have
billions.
more money than you, I'm probably not going to listen to you.
So let's get into the video. Now, number one, she said, because she has more money, it's hard to deal with men. And remember, in the Just Hilarious video that I've done, women who have more money, it limits their options, because it's hard for the majority of women to respect a man if he makes less than her. Now, understand I'm saying majority, and I know some of y'all, men and women who are watching this may say, that's not true, I'm not like that. The stories, if I could tell you, of me working with women and them talking about how broke their husbands are. I'm talking every race of woman, black, white, Hispanic. Because a lot of times at work, people that know me, I don't say anything, I'm very quiet. All I just do is listen. If I could tell you all the stories about women making fun of their man being broke, but I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, he pays for the majority of the bills. So you should be happy he even does that. But I get it. I think this ties along with biology. It's hard for a woman to respect a man if she makes more than him, because think about it. You get paid for your skill level. Now, I don't know what her profession is. So let's say her profession isn't like a stripper, OnlyFans model. Let's just say she has a legitimate business making 6 figures. So if she built a legitimate business making 6 figures and a man who is trying to date her doesn't have any type of drive or work ethic to get where she's at, because you got to think, to build a business, you have to have a strong mindset, you have to be dedicated, and you have to sacrifice a lot. So if it's from that angle, I understand, because you don't respect the work ethic. And let me give you another example. That's why it's hard for me to meet parents, because if I have more work ethic than you, I get that you may be older and you're a parent, but if I have more work ethic than you, why is that the case? You're older than me, you have more responsibility. Shouldn't your work ethic be up there with mine? So use that same mindset and apply it to what she's saying. That's how she's thinking. Okay, I'm making this much. You don't have enough grind and work ethic, dedication, wherewithal to get to where I'm at. That's how women view it. So from that standpoint, I understand it. The reason most men get offended by that, because some men's best may only be 50K, 60K. So it kind of belittles them, but I get it. I don't think she's wrong as for thinking that way. Now, on the back end, if she says where all the good men go, then on that point, I would be like, well, that's your fault. Good men tried to date you, but since you were making so much more money than them, you didn't want to give them a shot. That's why I said in the Just Hilarious video, women with money should date like men who have money. You should date down and pay the majority of the bills. Just find a man that will be respectful to you, love you, and, you know, do those things that you need. But I do feel it's hard for women to feel that way, because there has to be a respect factor first. And most women cannot respect most men that they make more than. I do understand that. And then if you notice, she talked about cooperation. All that is, cooperation, the word she's using is just another word for submission. And I do understand how she's saying she's not going to submit to a man if she makes more money than him. Because remember how the mindset of remember that scenario I just gave you, because in her mind she's like, okay, how am I going to follow his lead when I have more work ethic than him, more drive than him? Now, I know she said money, but that's really what she's hinting at. The work ethic, the drive, the dedication. That's really what it is. Money is the end goal, but what to get there is a work ethic and drive. And that's what she's saying, like, how can I respect him, but I have more work ethic and drive? Because if he had the same type of work ethic and drive, he would be getting to where I'm getting to. And I get that. Now, Mr. Organic, who's another YouTuber and content creator, he is right, because he did say he was able to be with women who had more money than him, but because since he was piping them down, piping them out, good in the bedroom, he was able to stay in the relationship. And I do agree that that can work, but for the majority of women, I don't think that would last very long. At some point, a woman will be like, okay, the sex is good, but I'm still paying too much money, or there's still not enough potential. For example, I knew a woman who was a teacher, and the guy she was dating, he was on and off between jobs and sometimes was a sub. So she tried to help him to get his teaching license so he could make more money. He didn't want to do it. He liked where he was in life. She left him. And then I talked to her. I was like, well, why did you leave? And she brought up how he didn't want to advance and make more money. So in other words, she was making more money than him. She gave him a shot, but because he didn't climb up that ladder and make as much as her, she lost interest and she broke up with him. So I have seen this example a lot. And women, I'm not trying to bash you. I get it. I'm just trying to let men understand this is what I mean by that burden of performance. Most women, they say they don't care about money, but we all know they do. But it's for protection and provisioning. It's not so much for like a Rolls Royce or a trips to Turks and Caicos, because a majority of people are never going to be able to afford that. Now, let's go to the comments. One commenter said, I don't care what all these men in the comments are saying. As long as I pay my own bills, you ain't telling me what to do, little boy. You can't even provide for me. Imagine when we have 2 to 3 kids. No thanks. Get it. I definitely get it, because this is why I don't understand how people are having kids and they're not thinking about the money. Like, I get what she's saying. It's like she's saying, how can I follow your lead, but you can't provide and you want us to have kids? We're going to be in the poorhouse. And that's why I think a majority of people do go in the poorhouse, because they're having kids. Now, I know some people may say, or some men will say, you need me to buy your submission. And for some men, the unfortunate truth is you're gonna have to buy their submission because you may not be their top option. That's just a harsh truth. But I don't even like calling it the harsh truth. It's just the truth. It's just the matter of the fact. It's just a lot of people don't like talking about these things. But I get it. And this is one thing I will always respect. I will always respect women for being honest, because a lot of these talks that are being done in the open now, I have heard a lot of my female friends or being around women in the workplace all say these things, but now it's just getting to the masses. It's always was there, but it was just behind closed doors or female group chats. Now, I'm not bashing women who think like this. I just think for every action is a consequence. So if you're going to be like that, you can't be on that back end when you get older and say your options dry up. You can't say where all the good men go because you didn't want to date the good men. You didn't give them a chance because you made too much. But on the other hand, I understand, because if you view them as broke and your lifestyle is up here, their lifestyle down here, it's not gonna mesh unless you bring them up to your lifestyle, how men normally do it. So y'all, let me know what you think about this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one.